Hello travelers! I am Lorekeen, your traveler's guide to Tyria. In our last episode we've been on babysitting duty, working hard to pacify the Norn around Victor's Point. We witnessed quite a few sticky situations, involving a lot of honey and a lot of blood. So let's start today by soaking in the hot springs of Zelechor.
You know what I like around here? The scenery. Like you. Beautiful.
You know what I hate about this place? All the pests.
Salty's Razortongue thinks these springs are the nicest place in Wayfarer Foothills, or they would be if she could get some peace and quiet.
So, what's your totem? I'm a child of wolf, and I'm on the prowl.
I'm a child of bear, and I kill wolves.
Laki the Lonely thinks of these springs as his romantic getaway in the mountain, or they would be if he would manage to find romance.
I've been waiting for a girl like you. No, really. I've been soaking here for about 8 hours.
Keep soaking.
He is hoping the warmth of the water and the beauty of the decor would help him melt some hearts.
You thinking of settling down, or heating things up?
Save it for the moot. I'm here to relax.
But so far no such luck for Laki the Lonely. He would be better off using this time to invest in his self-esteem and well-being. Like Haivoissen the Blue, who has a well-planned 2-part strategy to keep himself young and in shape. First he sits in steaming waters, and lets them soak into his pores, and then he fights something. You can experience his wisdom and let him fight you, so you will be truly cleansed, and gain a hero point.
Splish splash! Fun on a bath!
Haivoissen is also a melomaniac, and he'll let you write down his catchy tune, to help you build the legendary focus and minstrel.
I like long walks in the snow.
I'm sorry I didn't hear you. I was just waiting for my girlfriend.
Continuing on the path of healthy living, our next stop is the Shaman's Rookery. Here you can challenge yourself both in body and mind, with a test of agility, precision, and spirituality. Successfully completing this workout session will reward you with a grand chest and more trophies for legendary weapons, like the Warhorn Howl, or the Staff Nevermore.
Can I get you anything?
Go get me a drink. Better yet, get yourself one and drink it somewhere else.
Next to the Shaman's Rookery, we find another place of spiritual significance. Haivoissen Kenning is all that remains from an ancient Jotun citadel. Once upon a time the Jotun were a powerful, advanced and arrogant race, likened to the gods themselves in power alone. Their blood was the blood of the mountains, and in it there was magic. Some legends say that convinced of their superiority, the Jotun proclaimed themselves the rulers of Shiver Peaks. They became obsessed with their blood purity, and eventually, they wiped out all their external enemies. Then, the Jotun turned to each other. With every death, they weakened the very blood they sought to claim, losing all their knowledge and understanding of magic. Their powerful sages were killed, and their lore keepers and mystics were wiped out. Other storytellers talk about the gods taking the magic from Jotun, unhappy with the giants, and giving it to other races. Whatever the reason for their downfall, all that remains from this mighty civilization, are some ruins here and there, and a few carved ruins on forgotten snow-covered peaks. One such rocky relic is the Jotun worship stone, which is said to be able to judge the worth of those who touch it, and if they happen to be Norn, who made their life story about defeating their ancient foes, the stone will offer glimpses and echoes of ages past. Here's also a runestone, Haivoissen, and like at the Crusher altar, you can leave some bloodstone as a tribute, to build the legendary staff Bivarist.
Good news! I'm available.
Hard to believe you're still single. I expected some girl to have killed you by now.
On the other side of the hot springs, in the middle of the ice steppes, we find another Jotun tribe. These guys are somewhat friendlier, mostly because they are desperate. The tribe is having trouble with these winter storms, so to survive, they've taken to trading with merchants visiting Twinspur Haven. These Jotun use runestones as a currency, and they will trade them for anything they think is valuable. Albin Chronicler would like to get some of these runestones, because there are many ancient Jotun texts that Dermond Priory can't decipher, since this race forgot how to read their own language, but the inscriptions on these runestones show a lot of promise in this endeavor. The issue is that the Jotun are terrible at trading, and they mostly want what the other Jotun has, but they won't trade directly with each other anymore, even though they're practically neighbors. You could act as a middleman, apply the buy low sell high philosophy of trading, and then turn around and give Albin all your profit. What's in it for you? Easy! For your efforts in this brilliantly convoluted scheme, Albin will sell you back the runestones, to help your treasure hunter collection, the Jotun Skypiecer collection, and for crafting the legendary axe Astralaria.
Can I get you a drink? Or 5 drinks? Or a keg?
I could drink 5 kegs and I still wouldn't choose you.
Right around the corners of this rocky peak, we find Twinspur Haven, the first Lion Guard fortress on this map. This is also the commercial center of Wayfarer Foothills, since the Norn already built one town, and that is one town more than you can expect from them. Sheriff Pudra is the heart overseeing this haven. She might look casual, but like many of her colleagues, she gave up her home loyalties to protect the Lion Road. And these roads need protection indeed.
I wish someone would silence that son of Svanir. His corruption is spreading to Wolf's children.
You continue to live in fear, in open defiance of a greater being. But I ask you this, why fear that which can make you stronger? Why not embrace the ultimate spirit? Transcend your existence and forge your legend with Jormag. It's the only way.
These ice steps are littered with the sons of Svanir, and they're always trying to rob and murder travelers.
Did you hear that strange howling on the wind? Wolf's cubs are in pain. That was no ordinary howl. I'd bet my next flagon the sons of Svanir are involved.
Fear the power of the dragon! Jormag, I've corrupted Wolf! My victory over weakness!
How about you and me?
That reminds me of something my incredibly jealous, murderously violent husband said the other day.
Down the Lion Road we find Edenvar's homestead, where Lodge Master Edenvar is the owner. It's quieter than Holbrack and away from the Sons of Svanir, a great place to gain some peace of mind, and focus on more artistic endeavors. Maybe this is why Raven guided Gina Stone's called here. She started out as a hunter, like her father, but she never had the passion for it. She noticed her hands were the same as her late mother's and grandmother's before her, who were sculptors. Raven gave her keen vision to craft stone into statues that look almost alive. So she left her father's lodge with her mother's sculpting tools, and went to Holbrack to learn the craft. Today her work can make your legend live forever. She also helps with the restoration of Jorah's statue up the road, which is perpetually attacked by the Sons of Svanir.
I can fix this, just give me time, and watch my back.
The Sons attacking the statue have a camp at Wormhouse Spikes, where they also hide a splendid chest.
There! Jorah stands again! And she will stand as long as my hands are steady.
Erica sees some of her life in Jorah's story, and she dreams of being at least half the woman Jorah was, to crush all men dumb enough to be Sons of Svanir. Almar just likes looking at the statue, for Jorah was a beauty, and a ferocious beauty at that. Gaelais came all the way to Shiver Peaks to see a pine soul, but like other travelers, she didn't realize just how cold it would be. Now her poor feet are freezing as her shoes aren't meant for the snow. Valdi the Lush is another patron of Edenvar's lodge, and this is not the only bar he is known to visit. Often he can be found in Maiden's Whisper too, in Divinity's Reach. He's been drinking all day, and you can get him even drunker. Or even out of this place.
Hey look! There's plenty of room in this hot spring. For 2.
Hey look, I still have my sword. Maybe I'll use it on the next thing that annoys me.
Other Norn in the area are entertaining themselves, with what we already know to be a favorite for a pastime around here, annoying the Dredge. The Dredge and Moleberia are guilty of kidnapping minors, and apparently juvenile Arctidas.
They stopped singing! Bear only knows what they're doing to the prisoners. We need to go back in there.
Forget it. We barely got out alive after those blind rats ambushed us. I'm not going back down.
We can't leave them to die. Those are your brothers down there, your sisters.
They're strong warriors. They can fight their way out.
If I didn't need all of you for this rescue, I'd throw you off Hangrimer Climb.
Come and fight beside a legendary hunter.
Finally! There's one dredge machine put to good use.
There!
Raven's Beak, look at all that ore. All right, that's enough slacking off for now. Get out there and get me some ore. That's plenty of ore. Give me a moment to pack it away. Then I'm heading out of here. If you have any more, bring it to me. It'll be good to smell crisp, fresh air again. Thank the spirits you made it out. I only wish everybody had.
We know the risks. We'll make those dredge pay for our losses.
That we will, I promise. But first, I need to sell this ore.
You're selling it to Aina, right?
Of course.
And that's the only reason you're visiting her, I'm sure. Have fun, Chief.
What's wrong, Aina? You look upset.
Those sons of Svanir attacked the Haven again. Who ever heard of an unsafe haven?
The Haven will recover, but I could send some of my miners up here to watch over you if you want.
Babysitters? I can handle this myself, thanks. If the Suns show up, Jenna and I will send them packing.
I believe it. How about some ore from the dredge mine instead? We stumbled across some other load.
Are you kidding? I could make some really nice armor with that ore. Thanks.
Anytime.
The dredge from the mine of Moleberia may stink and have foul tempers, but they do know how to build. They have all manner of crazy machines and devices in their mines, like this prototype weapon that you can analyze to learn how to craft the legendary rifle the Predator.
Hey, sweet thing. You alone?
No, there's an idiot talking to me, and he's gonna stop now.
But we'll be back next time and we will visit Hunter's Lake, and build ourselves an army. So don't forget to give us a like if you felt entertained, subscribe and click the bell button, to be notified when our next adventure begins. But until then, happy exploring!